Hey Nicholas with some more adventures in locksmithing. Locksmith reacts to Hollywood. If you've seen my nerdy channel, The Backyard TARDIS, you know I'm a sucker for time travel, and my favorite franchise movie of all time is the Back to the Future series. I actually love these music. I put these above like Star Wars, Star Trek, all that stuff. This was my first love. I wanted to be Marty McFly. It was super cool. And I will say, when I first got exposed to the franchise, my favorite was, of course, Back to the Future 2. I still love Back to the Future 2. I think 3 was a little bit of the low point for me as a kid. Much more appreciation for it now as an adult. It's more Doc's story. But I will agree that now as an adult, Back to the Future 1 is like the perfect, flawless movie. 2 is in my opinion, the funnest, but it's not the most perfect. Some of the effects are a bit dated. Of course, with 2015 having come and gone, the Cubbies almost won the World Series. They came so close that year. But I gotta say, no flying cars. No flying cars. And, it's thing. But how can I fit locksmithing into that? Well, I love this franchise so much. I was like, I gotta search through it. Like, I gotta rewatch the whole trilogy just to find something, because I know there's got to be something in there, and I found it. And in fact, Back to the Future 2, ones have talked about all sorts of plot holes and different things, but and there's some deleted scenes that actually explain those plot holes, make the time travel work. However, there's a simple thing that Back to the Future 2, everybody says it's Marty's fault for the whole conversation about the sports almanac. But in my opinion, there's another point when Marty is directly responsible for what happens in that movie. And so let's just get into it. Let's watch the scene here and we'll review it. Okay, did you catch it? Did you see where Marty went horribly wrong? Where he made a choice that basically nearly destroyed all of reality, messed up his entire timeline. Did you see it? You missed it? Let's go back and watch it again. Proper key control, keeping your keys on you, it's just an important thing. I am amazed. We're in 2024. Theft is a common thing. People walk out of department stores are closing in big cities because people just walk away with stuff. And yet, the number of times in a week that I see people leave their key on while they go into a convenience store, into a liquor store, a gas station or something, and just leave the car running. I went out, I was doing a job at a liquor store yesterday. I pull up, I park, and right next to me, a guy on a motorcycle parks. He leaves the motorcycle running and he goes into the store. You know how quick and easy it is to steal a motorcycle? I was like, I couldn't believe that he would just leave the motorcycle there running and didn't take the key. That's the kind of stuff that drives me crazy. Biff couldn't have stole the DeLorean if Marty didn't leave the keys in the car. He left the keys in the car unattended. And, you know, this is a problem. A lot of the repos and different stuff of recovery of stolen cars is because people leave keys in the car. And this is such a problem that most insurance companies now will do research. And if they find out that the car was stolen because of your negligence in leaving keys, they won't cover it. Of course, I don't know if Allstate covers damage to the temporal timeline, but Marty here really, if he had simply taken the time to take that key out. Now, you could say, well, he's from a simpler time. I think the 80s is already a time period when this practice should have stopped. Now, when you go back in the past, I've done some videos on here about gentleman locks. You know, back when there was no lock on the front driver door, but there was on the passenger door, because at that time they were more worried about, the woman not waiting for the man to open the door for her than they were about people breaking into the car and stealing stuff out of the car. Society has completely devolved around that. Now you're in trouble if you do that. But concern out of securing cars is kind of at an all-time high. They have shielding around rods. They use bicycle cables for the handles now on a lot of vehicles. They have all sorts of electronic sensors, alarms, all this stuff to try to make cars harder to break into. Now there's a lot of them that are, but and the amount of, what they call laser cut keys, they're actually side milled keys, transponder chips, all this stuff that they're doing to make cars harder to steal. There's a huge amount of security consciousness. At the end of the day, a ton of people just don't care, and they're like, if the car gets stolen, I'll get a payout from the insurance. That's if the insurance doesn't find out, and better believe that insurance will do some digging. If they find out, if they contact the gas station and get the footage, and they find out your car was sitting there running when the people hopped in it and drove off, you get nothing. And that's Marty. Like he's so irresponsible here. I was like, but at the same time, Marty didn't have a car. He was riding around on a skateboard. So this is very much young teen type behavior. They don't think this stuff through. So let's think this stuff through. What could happen if you do this? If you do this, you leave your keys unattended in the car, it could be taken. Okay, well, what if you owe money on that car? Well, then they're going to come back for you because the insurance isn't going to pay it. If they find out you left keys in there, well, now you owe money on a car and you don't have a car. And if you get the car gets impounded, is that? But I mean, let's just think of this shows worst scenario, because by leaving your keys unattended in the car, this could happen.
It's gotta be the wrong year. It can't be.
That's right. The whole world could go to pot over your bad decision to leave your keys in your car. But it gets even worse.
Ladies and gentlemen, Welcome to the Biff Tannen Museum, dedicated to Hill Valley's #1 citizen and America's greatest living folk hero, the one and only Biff Tannen. Of course, we've all heard the legend, but who is the man? Inside, you will learn how Biff Tannen became one of the richest and most powerful men in America. Learn the amazing history of the Tannen family, starting with his great-grandfather, Buford Mad Dog Tannen, fastest gun in the West. See Biff's humble beginnings, and how a trip to the racetrack on his 21st birthday made him a millionaire overnight. Share in the excitement of a fabulous winning streak that earned him the nickname, the luckiest man on earth. Learn how Biff parlayed that lucky winning streak into the vast empire called Biffco. Discover how, in 1979, Biff successfully lobbied to legalize gambling and turned Hill Valley's dilapidated courthouse into a beautiful casino hotel.
I just want to say one thing. God bless America.
Meet the women who shared in his passion as he searched for true love. And relive Biff's happiest moment, as in 1973 he realized his lifelong romantic dream by marrying his high school sweetheart, Lorraine Baines McFly.
Third time's a charm.
I mean, not keeping your keys on you in a secured location, leaving them in a vehicle, could lead to Biff Tannen type character. You know, basically being in charge of everything. This could be the start of their spree of rule. It's just insane. And that's not even going that this is what could happen to your mother.
Mom? Mom, that can't be you.
Oh, yes, it's me, Marty. Are you all right?
I'm fine. It's just that you're so big.
Oh, everything's gonna be fine, Marty. Are you hungry? I can call room service.
Oh, nobody wants that. But all joking aside, you know, learn a lesson from Marty McFly, because that's really the Back to the Future movies are strong about learning a lesson. Marty had a view of his parents in the first movie. He learned a lesson about who they really were. And really, we learn lessons about how standing up for yourself and having a little confidence can really change your life. In the second and third movie, Marty learns that there's no quick and easy shortcut to success. And at the same time, he also learns that you can't give in to bullies calling you chicken. You can't be so prideful that you do things that you shouldn't. And you should have, you know, enough respect for yourself to not be goaded into doing something you know shouldn't, but for standing for your morals and your principles. And we see that Marty learns that lesson. But he also learns an important lesson in, you know, making sure that you know just exactly where your keys are. They should be in your pocket, not sitting in the ignition of your car, because that's just asking for trouble, and no good can ever come of it. Anyways, that's just locksmithing reacting to Hollywood, or in other words, my excuse to watch the Back to the Future trilogy for the 100th time, just so I could find this little tidbit out of it to share with you guys. Hope everybody has a good day. I'll catch you in the next video. Next time on Locksmith Reacts to Hollywood.
Somebody! Hey! Hey, sir, you see those keys there? Sir? Oh, screw you!